Hi, this is Sadik from Inside Access, and today I'm here with Savera Weerasinghe, founder and CEO of Ananta Sustainables.
So Ananta kind of started because, as Sri Lanka has a huge waste problem, we realized that it's not that people don't care, but there weren't enough solutions around packaging. There's a lot of this issue with single-use plastic. So Ananta sources and supplies sustainable packaging, compostable packaging, so replacements or alternatives for single-use plastic. The reason we want to focus or stress on the compostable is so that it breaks down. We don't have the infrastructure in Sri Lanka to kind of deal with a lot of different materials, recyclables, whatnot, because only about 6% or less goes to actual recycling. I would say about between 2 to 6%. So compostable means that it breaks down. We have the ideal environment for that. So all compostable packaging and any replacements to single-use plastic. And then we consult companies as well on how to reduce their plastic or change their packaging from single-use to compostable options, more sustainable options. It's the standard challenge of everyone's like, oh, that's great, but thing is price, and you're like, yes, it is, because the background of it is that plastic is a byproduct of petroleum, and so as a byproduct it's very, very cheap, and every alternative to replace it or to substitute it is very, very new. So before there's these economies of scale and then it's cheap enough, of course it's going to be expensive, but we need everyone to get behind and understand the reason that there's a problem and the reason you need an alternative. So the biggest obstacle is the price, and people thinking or seeing it as a nice marketing thing, but where's the value in it? So understanding what the value is and what the actual situation in not just Sri Lanka, especially Sri Lanka, but in the world with waste and single-use plastic is a huge challenge for us. Positive trends is that people are slowly seeing that there is an issue, and that the consumer is asking for it. The more and more people understand that there is a problem, the more and more they ask customers or cafes or restaurants, why are you using this? And I think that's the strength. I think especially at this time in Sri Lanka, it is time for citizens and then corporates driven by citizens to change their ways, to demand change, and it is us who have to be first accountable. So I think that's the most positive thing, is that we can have a movement driven by citizens, and that's why we got into this, is because we wanted a consumer-facing thing, because the hope lies in the individual. And every time a customer comes in and says, this is not okay, whereas, why do you have a plastic straw, why do you have a plastic container, why are you giving me a plastic thing that I don't know what to do with after I use it, that's positive. That's a really positive change. And that's a data point skewing towards, choosing a better alternative. Yeah, I think first looking at where you're creating the most waste, because what we don't take into account is that there is a cost with dealing with waste. There's a cost that's accumulating that we're not taking into account. So where is your company creating all of this waste or generating all of this waste, and what are the alternatives to reduce it? So it could be internal, it could be from just basic stuff that you hear all the time, is the lunch sheet or whatnot, or it could be something like you're actually disseminating something wrapped in single-use plastic, which is fine. The alternatives are few and far between for a lot of reasons, mostly just price. There's an alternative that exists, it's just that the willingness of the company. So that's where I think strategically companies or people within the company say, hey, this is what we want to stand for. We actually do believe in this, and let's work towards an alternative, and have the company commit that we strategically make this switch, not just like, oh, let's spend more money for something that we think is slightly important. No, understand where the value is created from this transition, and then where that value can be generated or redirected into the company. So that exists and that can happen.